So good morning, we are out and about again, and it's getting fresher. You can see I've got the down jacket on and the gloves on. It's definitely getting cooler as the mornings are getting into the winter time. We're at the end of October at the moment. Now, last time you saw me, I was up at the barn, up at the far end of the Roaches. This morning I'm down on the foot at the beginning of the Roaches, looking over to Hen Cloud, which is over to my left. The sun's coming up over my left hand shoulder, so it's coming up over that way. There is a little bit of high cloud. Now if you remember, I looked at the Clear Outside app in the last video and it told me I was going to get fog this morning and high cloud. So should we have another look and see what it says this morning? And I think, I'm not going to count my chickens yet, but I think we could be okay. Let's have a look and see what the app says. If you don't use Clear Outside, it's a good one to use, especially when you click on it and you click your current location, and then you can actually see what's going on around you. And for the first sort of 1 or 2 days, it's quite an accurate thing to have. So right, when Clear Outside's open, it says Sunday morning. It has changed a little bit. It's giving, if you can see, 52% fog at around, where are we? At around 6 o'clock. So I will call this 52%. The time is actually 6:30, going down to 21% fog. Also the clouds changed slightly as well. We've got 95% cloud down to 41, and yeah, I would have said we haven't got a lot of cloud in the sky whatsoever. So from last time things have changed. I'll put the last screenshot up and I'll put this up so you can have a look and see what this is saying as well. But yeah, things have definitely changed, and that's just the way it is. You can't count on everything. In fact, I'm actually in the wrong place. So as you've noticed, I've just actually noticed that I'm in the wrong place. I need to click on current, and current's going to change. That's my fault. So we go to now. Yeah, it's changed completely. So fog's actually at home. So where I am, it's telling me I've got no fog whatsoever now. So it has changed overnight. No dew point, no anything. So pretty disappointing really, from last night's forecast. But never mind. You can't win them all, can you? There is a little bit of fog in the valley, a tiny little bit. It might turn into something else. It's over the top of Titterswald Reservoir at the moment. So I've changed my normal composition up in this area. Instead of looking down the wall from left to right and having Hen Cloud and the rock in front of us, I've come round on the other side of the wall, so I'm going from right to left, and I've just got one rock and I'm concentrating on the fog in the background. So that's kind of what I'm doing, just see what happens really. I'm not going to say much more now. That's my opening, and if something happens, I'll switch back on. There's little things going on. Maybe it's a long lens shot. Maybe I should put the long lens on and concentrate on the distance rather than the foreground. Good morning and welcome. We're out and about. We're up on the Roaches. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I'd planned to come down here after the Roaches. Last week, or last time, we were up on the far end, Roaches End it's called, and I went and done the barn. I don't know what the images are like. I can't tell you because I haven't seen them, so you'll have to watch last week's video because you know as much as I do. I think they came out alright. I think I blended a good image in together. I'm just watching some guys at the moment about to fall. Oh, he's jumped off. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm stood up on the top. I've been shooting a few images this morning. I've taken some in the dark with the lights on in the town, and I was hopeful for some fog and some mist, and I got a little bit excited at one point because over in the distance you can actually see fog and mist. It's only very, very low lying, but you can actually see it all around, but it's just not growing. It's just not getting bigger. Sun's coming up now. There is a bit of wispy colour in the sky. Not a lot, but there is a little bit of colour in the sky, a little bit of pinky sort of hose. But yeah, the fog, gone. Zero fog. 99% high cloud. Well, there isn't. It definitely isn't, not here. Yeah, so the Clear Outside completely changed from what it was yesterday. But hey, that's what happens, isn't it, really? And landscape photography is, I always say it's easy. Landscape photography is very easy. You come down here, rock up, set your camera up, take a picture, and that's it. And that is it. You know, that's pretty much as all you need to do. But to get something that you're proud of, that you're pleased with, something that stands out amongst the crowd, that's hard. You put some effort in, you know, you get up in the morning and you come to the locations and you try and work it out, and unless them conditions are right, you've got no chance. Yes, it's a scouting mission. Yes, you're learning all the time, you know how to set your tripod up, seeing different things, maybe different compositions and stuff, different times of year, obviously different colours, and you know, this is the end of October, so I'm expecting a bit of cooler weather. You can see I've got the jacket on and the hat on this morning, just to keep everybody, you know, keep the body warm. I didn't walk up in it, but I put it on when I got here anyway. And it's nice watching it. I've got a time lapse running, and I don't even know whether the time lapse is worth it. I don't think there's any movement, but it'll give you an idea of what it was I was doing and what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's nice. I'm up, I'm out. Again, I keep saying that, I'm up and I'm out, so I can't really argue about that. I've had the long lens on as well. I put the 70-300 on, and I was zooming into some patches of the fog, and I think they look quite good, but it's just very, very sparse. Not unless magic happens. Once that sun rises and the temperature changes, we could get a little bit of magic, and then that'll be exciting. But at the moment, I'm just going to sort of keep it quite chilled and just maybe try and home in a better shot, a better position, a better composition, a better something. So that's the plan, to have a look and see if I can just try and work it out. I'm trying to get the fog in, I'm trying to get hang cloud and the rocks in, and it's not that easy because they're in two different places. I could do with being this high, 100 yards that way, but that's thin air in it, and my drone's battery's dead, so that's not happening either. So there you go. Nearly 5 minutes of me waffling and nothing done yet. So never alone am I. There's always someone around. We've got two photographers up here now. We had one up here first thing this morning when I came up. He came up about 3 minutes after me. And we've just got another guy come up to hopefully get some wishful thinking. Oh, stand still. There's a guy stood on the rocks. That just gives you a little bit of scale to what we've got here, and that's perfect. Now I've moved myself around. I was up on the bank just behind me, just here. Like I say, I wanted to be as far over this way as I can, but I've come down a little bit lower, which makes the rock stand up a little bit higher towards the fog. I've come round again. I'm forgetting hang cloud because hang cloud just isn't in anything, and I'm sort of concentrating over on the right hand side, so I'm getting more of the fog in the background. I've come as far over to the wall as I possibly can. You can see the wall's right next to my head, and I'm just looking and trying to get as much as this, you know, scattered mist and fog in the image as I can. The sun just started to rise. I could see it, the light over in the background. I could see the light catching the hills right over in the distance, but there's nothing happening here yet. But what I would like to do is just hang around long enough, and I might blend in the background. If I don't move the camera, if I keep the camera dead still, I might try and blend in the background with the light hitting the edge of the rocks if it does actually break through the cloud. That's if the fog disappears. If it's still there when the light comes up, I'll just keep one image, but I want to try and blend that fog in with a little bit of light on this rock if I can. So I think I'm just going to sit it out here now and see what happens. But it's just been a bit of a quiet morning. Nothing like I was expecting it to be, but it's still pretty. It's still very, very pretty. Just a quick shout out to these as well. Mime's reusable. I'll put a link in the description if I remember. She does coffee cups and water cups. She's very local to me. She's only in Chester, so give her a shout out. Perfect cup of coffee in the morning. Thank you. So that's it. Trying to pack away. It really hasn't happened. We really haven't got anything to show for. I'm just taking one last one with a bit more light on those rocks. It just didn't happen. Everything was adding up to be there. You know, the conditions looked good this morning and everything. but it's just one of those things, isn't it? It didn't quite, it was a near miss. It was definitely a near miss. You know, we had everything was there, we were in the right place. You know, the conditions said good last night. There's a couple of other lads that come down. Just talking to one lad, the one that came down last, and he's got some cracking shots. He's got the actual shot at Chrome Hill where I was yesterday, of the fog. Very gutted, and if you do watch this, mate, nice one, well done you. Yeah, just one of those things, isn't it? It's just potential near miss. I've been here a few times. It's only 30 miles from home. I can come back time and time again. Unfortunately, these things happen. Not to be down about it. Potentially got another subscriber. Potentially. Right, so what's the plan now? The plan is to pack all this away, go home. Well, I'm going to go down to the van first, have a cup of coffee, have me yogurt for breakfast and me banana and whatnot, and just write this one off as a sort of, it's not a fail. I wouldn't call it a fail because I think I've still got a couple of shots. I'm sure you've seen a couple, you know, the misty ones and the ones from you know, the long lens. So I don't think it's a fail. I just think I didn't get what I'd hoped for, and that happens a lot, an awful lot. So take my coat off because we don't want that on while we're walking down the hill. Always cool to start, and then when you get to where you're going, put your coat back on. So it might be a bit chilly now, but by the time I start walking, I'll warm up, and I'll have to just stop to take my coat off. So there's a bit of tip for you, if nothing else. Start off nice and cold, walk and warm up, and then it saves you stopping. Right, that's it. I'm done. Everything in, check around, make sure I've got everything, pockets are zipped up, everything's put away. Time to go. So this is it. This is our way down now. Probably fine. As soon as I get round this corner, the light will happen and something really cool to set off. But just got to keep an eye on these rocks on the way down. I don't want to trip in and falling and landing on my face. I did actually do a selfie, and I'm sure you've already seen it. And if you haven't, I'm going to put it up right now. But I did a selfie. I run down, put my camera on intervalometer, run down and run up on the top of this rock. So I got myself in doing a selfie, and I thought that was pretty awesome, to be honest. It's one of them ones like Mads Peter Avison does, you know, where you put the intervalometer on and walk down into the image. Quite enjoyed doing that, actually. It just seems a bit nerving walking away from your camera and leaving it up on a hill. But he's just done one where he walked miles away from his camera. It's just amazing. So another one of these videos that never needs to see the light of day, but because it's me and because we always put the videos out, you're getting to see it. So let me know again in the comments, do you like to see these near misses, these almost epic fails and things like that? You know, it's what we do, it's what we get up to, so why not show it? And I'm getting off the path a bit here. Let's get on the path. Alright, thanks for watching. Ciao for now, see you soon. And yeah, if you're not sure what to say in the comments, just put hi and give us that thumbs up, because of course it helps the channel algorithms. Bye.